Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Adventures on the Gorge, the adventure resort where wild meets wonderful on the rim of the New River Gorge in West Virginia. Find whitewater rafting, rock climbing, ziplining, and lodging at adventuresonthegorge.com.
There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, with support provided by Bailey and Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office. Welcome to another Mountain Stage with our host, Larry Gross.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune, but the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning around a simple song. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Welcome once again to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. We are at our home at the Culture Center Theater in Charleston, West Virginia. And boy, do we have some treats for you today. During our next hour, Kenneth Pattengale and Joey Ryan, better known as the Milk Carton Kids, will be out. Some of the best singer and songwriters and guitar players, too, that you'll ever hear. Also, a man we love, originally from Canada, grew up in America. His name is Stephen Poltz. And if you look up, Google Irrepressible, you'll see his picture there. You'll understand what I mean when he comes out during the next hour. Also, give Steve a hand, too. A guy that's been on the show before, but it was a long time ago, and there's an interesting story that goes with that. He's got a new album and a documentary movie that's about to be released about him. Griffin House is back to see us. And a young lady who's never been on the show before. Always happy to have some people who have not been on the show before, and we're eager to hear her. A very interesting singer and songwriter. Vera Sola will be out during this hour, a little later. But to start out, the trio that you see up here, they've not been on the Mountain Stage yet. They really haven't been together all that long. They put out their first album, which was named after the group in 2017. It's an album of original songs. They live up in Boston, and they kind of got together. They're from all over the country. They got together up there. Tremendous musicians and really, really good singer, too. And as I said, they write their own songs, but they also did an EP called Dreams that they've released recently that's all cover songs, and they're really interesting covers. You know, if you've ever been up to Clifftop at the Appalachian String Band Festival, they have what's called non-traditional string bands, and this is about as non-traditional string band as you're going to get, and I love their sound. Please welcome, for the first time to the Mountain Stage, Twisted Pine.
back, you back, you back, you back. If you choose me, I choose you. Give you the room to bloom forever inside this heart. So I'm asking you to please give me a try. Don't just pass me right by. Be my sweetest papaya, and I'll give you sweetest desire. Woo, woo, woo. I used to love you all the time, so hang on the vine. Woo, woo, woo. I used to love you all the time, so hang on the vine. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ya, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba-ya. So I'm asking you, please give me a try. Don't just pass me right by. Be my sweetest papaya, and I'll give you sweetest, sweetest desire. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I used to love you all the time, so hang on the vine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I used to love you, love you, love you, love you all the time. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Good evening, Charleston. It's so wonderful to see you all here tonight. We're Twisted Pine. Came all the way from Boston to be here. So we're pretty excited to be here tonight. And I'm just going to introduce you to the band. On the bass tonight, we have Mr. Chris Sartori. And on the mandolin, he's going to be playing one of his songs now. His name's Dan Bowie. And this is a little tune he wrote called Amadeus. Thank you. Take it day by day by day. And I'm so glad for you, dear. The only one that I want here. Well, it comes and it goes day by day. The feelings of hope and feelings of shame. And you put up with me in mysterious ways. And you know I gotta take it day by day by day.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the fiddle and singing for you guys all the way from Newburgh, New York, that's Miss Kathleen Parks.
Thank you.
We've got just one more for you guys before we're going to get out of here, but it's been such an honor to be here. Really, it's a real thrill, and stay tuned for a great, great show.
Sometimes, honestly, I go through phases of mindless dreams of conversation, and honestly, I miss all those times between you and me. Talking in my aunt's garden at night, talking in the kitchen for hours at a time. Oh, I admit I miss talking. Talking on the rooftop as high as Mars, talking in the moonlight underneath the stars. Oh, I admit I miss talking, and now there's a distance that seems to be separating all the hearts and the string that connected our hearts where friendship synced until you left me there. Remembering talking in my aunt's garden at night, talking in the kitchen for hours at a time. Oh, I admit I miss talking. Talking on the rooftop as high as Mars, talking in the moonlight underneath the stars. Oh, I admit I miss. Dun, dun. Dun, dun, da-da-da-da. Talking on the rooftop as high as Mars, talking in the moonlight underneath the stars. Oh, I admit I miss talking. I miss talking. Ooh.
Thank you, guys.
Kathleen Parks on the fiddle and vocals, Dan Bowie on the mandolin, Chris Sartori on the bass and vocals, Twisted Pine from Boston. And their first album was called Twisted Pine, and their last EP is called Dreams. The first one has all original songs, as did that set, and their recent EP is a lot of fun. It's cover songs of all kinds of people, including Heart of Glass and Strawberry Fields Forever. You can tell they can play pretty much whatever they want to play. Great, great instrumentalists and singers and songwriters. Well, great to have them. Twisted Pine. It's time to welcome our own Julie Adams and the Mountain Stage Band. Mountain Stage Band is composed of the leader back there, Mr. Ron Soule, with the hat on and the acoustic guitar. Michael Lipton is on electric guitar today. Bob Thompson is on the piano. Steve Hill is up here on the electric bass. And Ahmed Solomon is there on the drums. And Julie has chosen a song by a friend of ours, and his dad's a friend of ours too. Curtis McMurtry, been on the show a few times. His dad, of course, is James McMurtry. Curtis is a very interesting songwriter. He wrote this one. It's called Silver World. Hey, make welcome Julie Adams.
We tell ourselves we will be chosen. If we draw lines we never cross, a silver world where nothing touches and nothing gets dirty or lost. But the Lord is a wolf, not a shepherd. There is no rope for us to hold on. There is only one path we can follow. We don't go anywhere when we're gone. Build your towers to the heavens. Nothing made is here to stay. Put up a stone to mark our bones until the wind wears it away. When I'm gone, give me no coffin. Lay me naked on a hill. Leave my body by its lonesome. Let the vultures have their fill. The years will scrape away my voice and everything I ever knew. The dead don't care if they're forgotten, but the old they surely do. Build your tower to the heavens. Nothing made is here to stay. Put up a stone to mark our bones until the wind wears it away. Until the wind wears it away. Until the wind wears it away.
Julie Adams, the Mountain Stage Band, a Curtis McMurtry song, Silver World. You're listening to Mountain Stage live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia, with offices in Charleston, Morgantown, Wheeling, St. Louis, D.C., Boston, Alabama, Florida, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by the West Virginia Tourism Office. There are places you visit and places you behold. You'll find natural wonders and endless experiences in the Mountain State, West Virginia, a place that's almost heaven. More information at wvtourism.com. Additional support is provided by Hip Historic Charleston, West Virginia. You'll find live music 7 nights a week in West Virginia's capital city. It's music from the hip. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. I hope you'll check out our website if you get a chance. It's mountainstage.org. You can find links there to our podcast. You can also follow us on just about every form of social media. And, of course, someday we hope that you will come and join us in the audience wherever we are. You can find out where we're going to be by going to the website, and you can also get your tickets right there, mountainstage.org. Our next guest was with us once before. It's been far too long. He's born in Ohio. And he moved down to Nashville with those kind of dreams of skyrocketing into stardom that everybody has, but that actually only come true in folklore and certain movies, I guess. But what happened was he established himself as a great songwriter and singer, and he's been working because he's an artist, so he's been working ever since then. And he's got a new recording called Rising Star, which isn't ironic because his star continues to rise. Mm-hmm. There's also going to be a full-length documentary released starring him, about him, and his story called Rising Star. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Mr. Griffin House.
Thanks, everyone. Honey, when you doubt my love for you, look into my eyes, what I'm going through. Even if we change and fall out of, you hold my hand and it's better than love. You save me from myself. You got my back when I need help. There's no one else in the world. You will always be my girl. You will always be. You will always be. You will always be my girl. But sometimes dreams, they don't come true. I was scared of that when I met you. But I stayed patient and I was kind, telling you to take your time. You turned my life around. You made it okay to let you down. There's no one else in the world, and you will always be my girl. You will always be, you will always be, you will always be my girl. So when I'm walking down the road and I'm feeling mad, 'cause I can't understand the things you do, and nothing turns out the way we planned, you're still my baby and I'm still your man. You save me from myself, you got my back when I need help. There's no one else in the world, and you will always be my girl. You will always be, you will always be, you will always be my girl. Thanks so much. Thanks a lot. Well, I'm Griffin House, and none of the songs I'm playing today are ones that I played last time I was here on Mountain Stage, because I hadn't written any of them yet. It's been so long since I've been here, so these are all songs they've come along since the last time I was here. And this one is inspired by my grandfather, George Foster Griffin, who was born in 1920. He fought in the Battle of the Bulge in the Hurtgen Forest. He was a medic in the 78th Lightning Division in the Army, and got the Bronze Star for bravery. Like a lot of guys from that generation, he didn't talk about the war very much. But he used to joke around when we were kids and tell us that he was the one that single-handedly ended World War II by personally assassinating Adolf Hitler himself. He said, "Yeah, I shot his little mustache off. I got it in my back pocket." So as a kid, I literally thought my grandfather had Hitler's little mustache in his wallet. It was a good way to grow up, and we were very close growing up. And so this is always for George and all those who have bravely served our country. It's called I Remember. My grandpa fought in World War II, my uncle fought in Nam. My father was too young, he went to school and met my mom. And her dad always told us stories around dinner time. And there's one he told when I was young that sticks out in my mind. He said 10 years after Daddy taught me about the birds and bees, I was stranded in Pearl Harbor fighting off the Japanese. When the kamikaze pilots came and dove in without warning, I was on the Arizona on a warm December morning. I remember when I was a younger man, we were soldiers fighting in a foreign land. Now I'm older and it's happening again. But it was hard to have forgiveness for the things they did that day. And our president decided we should make their people pay. So we dropped on Nagasaki and we cut them down to size. And the one we dropped on Hiroshima left them vaporized. And I heard some Christians saying, what would Jesus do? What if you were on the wrong side? Would he point the gun at you? And they read through every word of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, so they could see if killing was the side that Christ was on. I remember when I was a younger man, we were soldiers soldiers fighting in a foreign land. Now I'm older, and it's happening again. And they separate the church and state and keep God out of schools, so our governments can educate based upon their rules. But people start to wonder if our politics make sense when religion is our best excuse for national defense, and when our citizens start saying that our wars are not okay. And Washington keeps telling them God loves the USA, and they teach us history so we can learn from our mistakes. And this generation wants to know how many years it takes to change the way we treat our neighbors all across the land. 'Cause if we don't change our hearts, we repeat the past again. I remember when I was a younger man, we were soldiers fighting in a foreign land. Now I'm older, and it's happening again. When my grandpa finished talking, we went walking, he and I. I was thinking of the future and how scared I was to die. Now my best friend's overseas in the desert where it's dry, fighting for our country, and I need a reason why. I remember when he was a younger man. Now he's a soldier fighting in a foreign land. Now we're older, God bring him home again. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much. I kind of stumbled into this Rising Star idea. It wasn't really supposed to be about me at all, but it ended up being the name of my record, and because it was a song that we wrote for the album. And I wrote it with a guy who's been here before. His name's Titer, and he's from this faraway land in the middle of the ocean in between Norway, Iceland, and Scotland, in a land where they don't have any trees. And he wrote this song with me at my house a few years ago. I met him way back when he was opening up for a guy named John Mayer, and going out every night. And John Mayer would introduce him, and he made a lot of fans on that tour, and then he had me out to open up for him. And we've been friends a long time, and he came to stay with me at my house, and I said, well, Mr. Titer, what would you like to write about? And let's write a song today. And he goes, well, we are in Nashville, Tennessee, my friend. I think with you I'd like to write the quintessential Nashville country song. So we tried to take every country cliche we could think of, kind of about a young lad moving to Nashville, Tennessee with a guitar and a dream like so many do, and put all those cliches in a song. We kind of made ourselves laugh by writing this kind of joke of a song that afternoon, and I'm glad we did, because it ended up being the first song on my album, the title of the movie we made, and the title of my record, so I guess we were supposed to do that day. But this is what we came up with. Driving through town in his pickup truck, sipping on a beer with the sleeves rolled up. He's a rising star, comes from the hill where the cold wind blows, down in the hollow where the red fern grows. And he's gonna go far. He's a rising star. First came to town back in '95. Now he's doing what he can to keep a dream alive. He plays a mean guitar. He got jerked around, he got wined and dined, but he never got a deal and he never got signed. But he ain't done trying. He's a rising star. Fishing with a fishing pole, swimming in a swimming hole, shooting up a 12-point, firing up a fat joint, rocking in a rocking chair, dancing at the county fair, beating up a city punk, drinking in a honky-tonk bar. He's a rising star. Saw Keith Urban in a button-up place, tried to talk to him, got punched in the face. He turned the other cheek. He's getting on in years, but it ain't dark yet. He's going as far as he can get, and he's bound to go far. He's a rising star. Hanging out at Blackbird, polishing a chrome turd, looking for a country song. Man, it's been so long. Staying on the hip scene, riding in a limousine, eating finger-licking grub down at the country club. Everybody knows who you are. You're a rising star. Driving through town in his pickup truck, sipping on a beer with his sleeves rolled up. He's a rising star. He's a rising star. Thanks a lot. What we got here? All right. Thanks so much. Gosh, I hope I don't have to wait another 15 years to come back. It sure is nice to be back here. I was so excited to play today with all these great artists, and I'm looking forward to watching them all play. So thank you so much, Mountain Stage, for having me back, and you guys for being here, having a blast. I wrote an empty nester song for my new record, which is, you might find a little bit funny because my daughters are only 7 and 5, so I got a ways to go. But I was watching my oldest one, Emma, last year when we were making this album. She was coloring a picture at like the kitchen table, and I just thought, man, these 6 years have gone by so fast. I know the next 6 are just going to go by like double fast, and the next 6 are going to go by triple fast, and then you're going to be 18, and then your sister's going to be right behind you. You're going to be moving out of the house. It's going to be me and my wife all alone here by ourselves. What's life going to be like? I don't know. I'm getting way ahead of myself. But I could just feel time moving so fast, and I know that it is. And I could put myself there in the future really quickly. And also, I guess I'm watching some of my friends that are a little bit older than me send their last kids to college, so maybe it's a little bit of an empathy song. But anyway, it is an empty nester song. It's called When the Kids Are Gone. I figured I'd leave you with this one. Thanks so much, guys. When the kids are gone and you and I are all alone in this house, and we finally have the time to do the things we always talked about, I can't stop the tears after all these years, facing all my fears, and it's still hard to let go. And I don't know how. I can't do this without you. Can't do this without you. We both knew this day would come when we'd watch them fly away. Sorrow runs as deep as the joy from the memories we have made. And after all these years, I can't stop the tears. You help me face my fears, yet it's still so hard to let go. And I don't know how. Can't do this without you. Can't do this without you. It all goes by so fast. I just wanna hold on for a while. There's no such thing as forever, so let's just be together while we can. There's no such thing as forever, so let's just be together while we can.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
From Nashville, Tennessee, Mr. Griffin House. And the new CD is really quite nice. There's a lot of different sounds on it. You heard some of the tunes there, but it's really, really worth checking out. And I'm sure the movie's going to be the same thing. It's also, both of them are called Rising Star. Griffin, he mentioned there, writing with Tyder. He also wrote some tunes on this record with Brian Elmquist of the Lone Bellow and Joy Williams of Civil Wars. And they're all very, very nice. Tyder is from the Faroe Islands. He's been on the show many times, and I'm hoping someday, I'm not joking now, hoping someday we'll be able to take Mountain Stage to the Faroe Islands. Faroe Islands have almost exactly the same population as Charleston, West Virginia, about 49,000 people. If you have questions or suggestions for us, we'd love to hear from you. Our email address is larry@mountainstage.org. Of course, you can also connect with us on Facebook and Twitter and peek behind the scenes on our Instagram account. All of these links are at our website, mountainstage.org. I'm going to finish this hour with a woman who I just heard recently, and I was so intrigued by the sound of her record that I was surprised to hear that she had just recorded her first album a couple of years ago. It's a very evocative sound, and in some ways it sounds European, sounds cabaret. Other ways it's hard to describe it at all. She wrote all the songs, and she also played all the instruments on the album, and it took her a long time. She'd been doing music for a long time. She was also a poet and a voice actress and had a radio show of her own, but music was always there, but it was hard. She was kind of bound up, but she had some events and things happened in her life that unbound her, and it's better for us and for her. The new record is called Shades. Please welcome for the first time to the Mountain Stage, Vera Sola.
It's
nice to be back on the radio again.
Forgive them, my countrymen. They know not what they do. They hold their heavy tongues. They bind their brothers up. Forgive them, my countrywomen. They know not what they are. They hold their breath within them, and so become their scars. Oh, oh, oh. Forsake the politician, he breaks the devil's bread, lays waste to the God within us, take shape in graves our beds. Oh, oh, oh. Unmake them the eye-cast cowards in shadows who took no sides, recast their spines in metal, and so let burnished rise. Oh, 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 oh. Wake now, you latent angels, take place at swelling front. No time for fear of retribution, knee deep in our brother's blood. Knee deep in our sister's blood. Knee deep in our children's blood.
Thank you. Promise you that will be the most depressing song I play.
The bulb out here is flickering. For you I've never known. And the lamp is lonely quivering. It's me tapping out hello. Oh. For though we've never spoken, I feel safe with you on Pillow Street, where the yoke to you is easy and the burden closes at my feet. Well, we caught this light in tunnels over long and screen-lit nights, and we fell for sorry strangers over swiftly paid for flights. But I went home to no one. just the rain that breaks on window panes. In the backseat of a borrowed car, in a parking lot in Tennessee, where I say I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I'm lying. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I'm lying. I love you, 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 I'm lying. I love you, I'm lying, I love you. If you break me, make it quickly now. 'Cause what makes me suffer makes me grow. And the lamp out here, it flickers now. For all the promises you've sown. And I know that you can't yoke me now. But I don't care if you say I love you, I love you, I love you. I know that you're lying. I love you, I love you, I love you. I know that you're lying. I love you, 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 I love you. I know that you're lying, but I love you. You're lying, but I love you. This is yours and it is ending now. One sorry minute at a time. And is it worth what you will suffer now? Is all the thunder worth the sky? If you say that I say one more time, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I'm lying. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I'm lying. I love you, 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 I'm lying, I'm lying, I'm lying, I'm lying. Or am I? Thank you. I'm glad you laughed, because usually I have to tell the audience that that one's funny, which means that the humor failed. It's the nature of humor is that if I have to tell you it's funny, it's not. But that one is. It's also never been recorded before. That's the first time it's ever been recorded. The inaugural. Thank you so much for being here, all of you, and all of you out in space and in the future listening in. Built on sloping lawns, tracks unraveled. The train, her halting song, so astounded. The brakes could utter so, the crickets they could know. In a shadow's quiver slow, how swiftly that a word could come undone. familiar chord ever doubted that troubles could be far, fair for certain, that tears will follow soon, the planets choke the moon, the stars collapse in two. However, you may promise that they are. Said it from the start, cross my fingers. Well, I say and swallow hard, I love you, darling. But facts are false, they are, and I try to shake the dark, but the old familiar scars, they tell me that, baby, will break my heart. Oh, baby, you will break my heart. Oh, baby, you will break my heart. Oh, oh, oh. Baby, don't you break my heart. Thank you. I got one more. Sought to love you. Well, I never thought you would love me, so I was wrong about me loving you, and right about you loving me. Ships they will break from their mooring, and they will float out to sea. Way on the drifts, there goes my skiff. It's left me to float along the lake. Trees they will shake, loose their branches, and they will shock into flame. Though it's on land, change must be planned for its loneliness that ever stays the same. I never sought to love you. I never thought you, babe, would love me. So I was wrong about me loving you, and I was right about you loving me. Thank you very much. I'm called Vera Sola. Bye-bye.
Vera Sola is the woman's name. The new recording is called Shades, and she also has another recording she did in the meantime, which was very interesting. It was her version of a bunch of tunes by the Misfits, Glenn Danzig songs, punk rock songs, and that one got her a lot of jobs over in Europe. She's very well known over there. She's Canadian-American, comes from a very entertainment-oriented family. Her dad is Dan Aykroyd, her mother is Donna Dixon. I'd like to say a special hello to you if you are listening right now over WETS, Johnson City, Tennessee, or WUMB, Boston, Massachusetts. Thank you so much, wherever you're listening and whenever you're listening, and we would like to invite you to be with us next week. Our guests will be Steve Earle and the Dukes, Damian Gerardo, Erica Winterstrom, Alsara and the Nubatones, and Vanessa Peters, and the guest host will be Kathy Matea. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage from NPR. Well, thank you so much. Welcome to the second hour of Mountain Stage. If you're just tuning in, a special welcome to you. We think you're going to be glad that you did. A little later on, we're going to be bringing out the Milk Carton Kids. But first of all, I want to welcome a guy who we're always happy to see around here. I just mentioned that Vera was Canadian-American. Well, this guy's a Canadian, but he grew up in America, and when I first heard of him, he was down in San Diego with a group called the Rugburns, which I really liked. And matter of fact, I think we tried to get that band on the show, but it was already too late. So we got you. We got you. And it worked out great for us. His name is Steve Poltz. He now lives in Nashville, and if you want to have a party that really gets going, he is the life of every party and the life of every concert. And now he's in Nashville. He's turned into one of those guys that co-writes songs because they found out that he co-wrote the hit You Were Meant for Me with Jewel. And now everybody wants to get in with the person who's written a song that sold 1 million copies. His latest record is called Shine On. He did it with Will Kimbrough, great guitar player and producer. And he's brought another friend of ours with him. I'll let him introduce his guitar player. Please welcome back to the mountain stage, Mr. Steve Poltz.
I live by a Kroger. They got a pharmacy, and the girl that worked there was so cute. And so the pharmacy is in Murder Kroger. So Murder Kroger is down the road 2 miles from Kidnap Kroger. Kidnap Kroger has better produce. But if you want to risk your life, you would go to Murder Kroger. So I was thinking it would be crazy if you did have a crush on your pharmacist that you would invent reasons just to get sick so you could go see her. So this one goes out to all the pharmacists tonight that are here, because I know this is a pharmacist convention tonight at the NPR Mountain Stage. I feel so far from me. I could use a pharmacy. Tell me, can you handle this? Would you be my pharmacist? I know there's a hierarchy, but they probably fire me. And if you got something for this, would you be my pharmacist? What is the last four of my social number? And you can tell me that my prescription is only for my lower lumbar. And I could ask you if you got something for a chronic emotional fumbler. And could I have your number? Shoot. And if we ever broke it off, even if I had a really bad cough, I would use the drop-off slide. No, I insist, 'cause you're my pharmacist. What is the last four of my social number? And you can tell me that my prescription is only for my lower lumbar. And I could ask you if you got something for a chronic emotional fumbler. And could I have your number? Man, that band is kicking, huh? They don't even know the song. Right when I walked out, I go, come out on stage with me. And they were like, really? They can play anything. It's like they crawl inside your brain. I was sitting out front playing to all the squirrels. You guys have these really cool looking squirrels here. And everybody was walking in, and I was fascinated by the squirrels. It was amazing. And it got me thinking about this song. That's on my record. Pharmacist is on Shine On. But I was born in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And all my relatives live in Cape Breton and in Newfoundland and in Halifax. Now, in Newfoundland, they will say things to you like this. Who the frig knit you by? Which means, who are your parents? Who the frig knit you? And you're supposed to say, me mudder did and me fadder helped. So it's kind of a weird way of talking. Who knit you? And I was thinking about all that stuff. And if you meet somebody and they're from St. Anthony in Newfoundland, it becomes almost one syllable. You say, where are you from? They go, Snitney. What? Snitney. So I was thinking about all this stuff. I was on an Air Canada flight. I was leaving Halifax, and there was snow all over the ground, just like it was Christmas morning. And I said to the flight attendant, could you bring me 7 napkins and a pen? I've got a song coming on here. And he said to me, only 7 napkins? How many verses is it? And I said, I pretended that I was Jack Nicholson. I said, I'm not really sure. You tell me. So he gave me the napkins, and I knew this was going to be a waltz in the key of D. The windows of Halifax, they were shuttered and closed down. It was almost Christmas Eve. It was quiet on the town. There was snow on the streets. Everyone was inside. And I looked at my tree and I slowly cried. Well, I drove in my car. It was like I was on the moon. I thought of a warmer place in the middle of June. Sometimes this old snow, it makes me so mad. Sometimes for no reason, I just feel kind of sad. The windows of Halifax tonight. Well, the first window says to the second window, how come you never open up? And the second window says, I had my heart broke once. Now I just stay closed shut. First window says, well, maybe you could see some kind of counselor or something. Maybe a window washer could help you see things more clearly. 'Cause I think you're pretty attractive, but you always have your shade pulled down and the sun can never come in. Well, the second window says, frig the sun by. The girl I love is back in Snitney. She's a big old window. She's imported from Newfoundland. Snitney? I was imported from St. John's. I love Newfoundland. Well, the fellow that lives here in Halifax, he studied chemistry at Dalhousie University. But truthfully, he flunked out. But he's still a chemist. Well, actually, he's just a drug dealer. And we got people coming in and out of the house all night long. But I never have anybody to talk to, just bottle caps and cigarette butts being flicked my way. Dalhousie University, you say? Well, the fella that lives here next door, he studied geography and archaeology over in Antigonish at St. Francis Xavier. But he flunked out too. Now the only mountains he sees are paper mountains from his failed thesis. He's got some tinfoil trees, cardboard river, and an ugly, ugly paper mountain he made from the drug dealer's trash outside. Sometimes this'll snow, It makes me so mad. Sometimes for no reason, I just feel kinda sad. All the windows at Halifax tonight. Well, the windows of the Maritimes, they're all telling stories of the plentiful days of the cod and the glory, or an explosion that rocked a French cargo ship. In Dartmouth near the harbor, all the windows got clipped. Well, all of these windows, they're all telling stories. Some are so sweet, some are so gory. There was a murder one night no one ever speaks of. Oh, the windows at Halifax tonight. The last time I played at Mountain Stage was a couple years ago, and my mom was still alive. And we just lost her last December, and she was 89 years old, and she loved Mountain Stage, loved it. And she loved it when I was on this program. So I kind of have a feeling she's listening tonight. And I got to tell you, it was so sad losing my mom. Nobody really lets you know how hard it's going to be. Because my mom was my pal, and she was my New York Times junkie friend, and she would call me up and say, "Did you see that article by Maureen Dowd? Did you see what David Brooks wrote today? Did you see what Paul Krugman wrote?" And we would share articles with each other and talk politics, and I just loved her so much. And she left, and I gotta say, God bless those hospice workers, because I was with my mom, and they taught me how to kind of escort her over to the other side wherever we may go. And one of the coolest things about my mom was we were raised kind of really strict Catholic, and my mom didn't drink and never did any drugs. But about a year before she died, she said, "Stephen, I want to try the pot." And I didn't have the heart to tell my mom I'd been sober 14 years because I thought she'd think I was a loser because I had to go to rehab and get sober, so she never knew. But I know she's watching now. It was like a weird dilemma. Do you tell your mom you're sober? And then she looks at you, "Why are you sober?" So she says, "Can you get me some weed?" And I was like, I didn't know where to get her any weed, but I drove by a skate park, and I figured maybe the people at the skate park would know. And I was driving a brown van, and I had a hoodie on, and I pulled up in the brown van there, and I go to the kids skate, and I go, "You kids know where I can get some weed?" And so one of them goes, "Aren't you Steve Poltz?" And I go, "Shh." So I didn't know what to do, and the one kid goes, "I can get you some." I said, "Okay, cool." So back when I used to have to do this, we would go to the swap meet and find the guy that was selling water beds, but it's changed. This guy calls the weed dealer up, and the guy pulls up in a white Prius and gets out with a briefcase. And he does the Jack Nicholson thing too, and he goes, "What's your mom having trouble with? Is she having trouble sleeping? Is she having trouble with anxiety?" And I was like, "I guess all of the above." And he goes, "I got some Willie Nelson sativa oil." And I'm like, "I don't even know what sativa oil is." He goes, "I'll give you a Vapo-Pen." I go, "I don't know how to work this." And the kid from the skate park goes, "I'll teach your mom." And I go, "You can't. My dad'll be mad. We got to go to their assisted living facility." My dad's going, "I don't want these people coming to our house." And my mom says, "Bring it over. Bring him. I need to learn." And I'm scared about telling my mom I'm sober. So we go down to the assisted living facility, and we knock on the door. My mom opens the door, and I'm never going to forget this because she was 5 foot tall, 98 pounds. And she opens the door, and she goes, "Keep it cool, keep it cool." One of the greatest things I've ever seen. In fact, I think she should greet everybody at Mountain Stage, a statue of her out front next to those other guys on statues, and it's just my mom, and it just says, "Keep it cool, keep it cool." And then I'll become the new governor of West Virginia. Can I get a hallelujah? So this kid teaches my mom how to use the Vapo pen, and my dad's so angry, and my mom's left eye went lazy right after she tried it. Kid from the skate park fell asleep, and my dad looked at them both, and he looks at me and he goes, well, I want to try it. So I called him from the road, and my mom's from Cape Breton, has a thick accent. I grew up in the desert in Southern California, but my mom goes, I said, how did it go last night? And she goes, oh, Stephen, did I ever sleep, eh? But your father got up and ate all the Cherry Garcia. So God bless her. God bless my ma. And she told me before she died, make sure you put that song Shine On your new record. I love that song. So this goes out to my mom. This is the title track of my new CD. Caramel sky paint across the clouds. Somebody's struggling, but everyone's allowed. And if you're gonna reach for the stars. Pack yourself a lunch in some antique jar. Celebrate your fears, celebrate your scars. You've earned every one. You're a shiny old car. Shine on, shine on, shine on. You got the Mercedes covered up with rust. Champagne fizz from the boom to the bust. From a faraway farm to the California gold. Chasing down a dream you just can't be sold. Celebrate life, let it all fall free. Kick off your shoes and wiggle your feet. And shine on, shine on, shine on. Feel the feel, taste what's real. Jump in the ocean and bark like a seal. And if you're gonna reach for the sky. Smile at a stranger, let the tears fly. Celebrate peace, don't pick fights. Communicate love, turn on your light. Shine on, shine on, shine on. Oh, thank you so much. I got one more for you. Oh, man. Well, thank you very much. This mountain stage show is one of the most wonderful things, and we're so lucky we have it, and it's because of people like you. You donate your money to NPR. It's a good thing. I want to thank Larry for having me on, and Adam, and we're going to end on this song, and this is a song that I wrote with this guy. This is Anthony DaCosta. I've known Anthony for years. He's been on the road with Aoife O'Donovan. He's been on the road with Sarah Jarosz. He's been on the road with Joy Williams. He's all over her new record. Now he's on the road with my good pal Molly Tuttle. Kenneth from the Milk Carton Kids, who's coming up later, just produced Anthony's new solo record. And my girlfriend Sharon couldn't make this trip. And so Anthony said, I'll be your tour manager. And I said, bring a guitar too. So he's here, Anthony DaCosta. And this song wouldn't have existed had I not gone out to lunch in Nashville where songs just float in the air, and I was with a booking agent, and I went out on a Wednesday, and I got a sandwich, and I said to the lady, how much is this sandwich on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon? And she looked at me and she said, that'll be $7.67. And all I had was a $100 bill, and I pulled it out of my pocket, and I showed her, and she said, ooh, ballin' on a Wednesday. And she had a gold tooth, and the light was flickering off of the gold tooth. And I said, did you just say ballin' on a Wednesday? And she said, yes, I did, baby. And I said, I'm going to go home and write a song called Ballin' on a Wednesday. And Anthony calls me up. He goes, what you doing? I said, writing a song called Ballin' on a Wednesday. He skidded into my driveway 5 seconds later. He said, I went in on that action. And this is Ballin' on a Wednesday, and you guys have been fantastic. God bless you. Some will call it hump day. I got $1 in my pocket. Let's go riding in my rocket. I wanna work and play the work the next day. Ballin' on a Wednesday. You've been working real hard. I've been wanting you harder. Could be prettier, I could be smart. I wanna pick you up, drive real fast. Let's hit up that bar under the overpass. Top shelf liquor don't get you there quicker. Let's get southern comfortable. Ballin' on a Wednesday. Some will call it hump day. I got $1 in my pocket. Let's go riding in my rocket. I wanna work then play the work the next day. Ballin' on a Wednesday. I got a brother's got a friend who's got a brother who's a cop. Might get pulled over, don't mean we gotta stop. At the dog and the neighbors, you gotta sit up for your kid. Hump day DJ playing all your hits. Hey babe, you got a quarter, I wanna hear Head Porter. Johnny's got all the cash. Ballin' on a Wednesday. Some will call it hump day. I got $1 in my pocket. Let's go riding in my rocket. I wanna work and play and work the next day. Ballin' on a Wednesday. What's the use in working for the weekend when the weekend ends too quick? By the time I'm through with loving you, you're gonna wanna call in sick. Ballin' on a Wednesday, I didn't go to college, did the school of hard knocks. I've been changing tires and putting in shots. Times I wanna scream in the middle of the week. Might be Wednesday, I'm about to peak, I'm gonna hit out on the highway. Mercury haze, watermelon sugar, gonna take away my grace. Got a full tank of gas, ready to ride. I'm gonna take it to the top, I'm gonna take it to the sky. Ballin' on a Wednesday. Some will call it hump day. I got $1 in my pocket. Let's go riding in my ride. I wanna work and play, work the next day. Work and play, work the next day. Work and
W, baby. Thank you so much, Mountain Stage. I love you.
Steve Poltz right there, along with Anthony DaCosta and the Mountain Stage Band. I told you, you didn't listen. Steve Poltz. You want to get anything started, just call him up. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, makes no difference. He's going every day. What a great story about his mom. God bless her. Makes me think of my own mom. 92 years old, plays poker 4 times a week. And you ought to see how angry the 40-year-old guys get when she beats them. It's time to turn over to the man behind the piano, who's been behind the piano several times already. You know him, you love him. Ain't misbehaving, but he's going to play it for you right now. Say hello to Bob Thompson. Get his music at colortones.com. Bob Thompson ain't misbehaving. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia with offices in Charleston, Morgantown, Wheeling, St. Louis, D.C., Boston, Alabama, Florida, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by the West Virginia Tourism Office, there are places you visit and places you behold. You'll find natural wonders and endless experiences in the Mountain State. West Virginia, a place that's almost heaven. More information at wvtourism.com. Additional support is provided by hip, historic Charleston, West Virginia. You'll find live music 7 nights a week in West Virginia's capital city. It's music from the hip. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Adventures on the Gorge, the adventure resort where wild meets wonderful on the rim of the New River Gorge. Find whitewater rafting, rock climbing, zip lining, and lodging at adventuresonthegorge.com. Remember, if you missed part of Mountain Stage or you just want to hear something again, you can always visit the podcast section of mountainstage.org. Each podcast always includes songs we don't have time to fit on the radio, and usually our complete finale song. And if you enjoy it, do us a favor, take a moment to subscribe and leave a review wherever it is that you listen. Well, we're going to end the show with some guys who are super talented. We realized that the first time that they came on some years ago. They're from California. They were both singer-songwriters. They got together and found out that the sum of the parts was the way to go. And they made a couple of records that they released and gave them away. I think they're still out there. A lot of people have downloaded those. But they have one most recent record, which was released last year, and is called All the Things That I Did and All the Things That I Didn't Do. And it was produced by Joe Henry in Nashville. And it's so beautiful. This record is so beautiful. The words and the arrangements and the performance that if you haven't heard it yet, I hope you will check it out. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage Kenneth Pattingale and Joey Ryan, the Milk Carton Kids.
Above the plains of Omaha, I think of all the suffering I saw. The soaking of the pavement, sprawled upon a land without a law. Everything I loved, everything I found or I hoped for. Frightened, I'm surrounded, who else is there to turn to anymore? Oh, I held out my heart. Oh, I held out my heart. Held out my heart. There was a time I spoke the truth, but my younger years were wasted on my youth. Somewhere I awakened with a crack to a pounding on the roof. Sure, I heard the sound as evidence, or better yet, as proof. I was naked as the day that I was born, neath the fullness of the moon. Oh, I held out my heart. Oh, I held out my heart. Held out my heart. Oh, 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 oh. Far away, I hear singing. Far away, a song. The blind light of morning came flooding through the window like a friend, like a wild revelation, like a shining invitation to attend. Spoken as a prayer, unbroken by despair, I make amends. The love inside our hearts is the only kind of savior we've been sent. Oh, I held out my arms. Oh, I held out my arms. Held out my arms. Oh, 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 oh. Fell asleep with the TV on, finally feeling like I belong. Woke up to a funeral song. Called you up to say hello, left a message for you at home. Packed my dishes in styrofoam. Everything I knew was gone. It's raining in Ohio. The streets are slick. It shows what I know. I hear their cries through my window. They're mourning again in America. Morning again in America. Tied my shoes when I woke up, drew my curtains just enough, thought about the ones I love. Tucked my chin into my coat, shrugged my shoulders, cleared my throat, walking banks of the Ohio, felt a chill to the bone. It's raining in Ohio, the streets are slick, it shows what I know. I hear their cries through my window. They're mourning again in America. Morning again in America. Morning again in America.
Thank you very much. We're called the Milk Carton Kids. It's a pleasure to be back at Mountain Stage for the third time. I thought it was only the second time, but it's the third time. Whoa. The first time was at a different place.
I think the first time was here, and then the other time was at a different place.
Either way, we've only been here twice. So it's good to be back for a second time. We're playing
That's so
some...
rude.
I'm just trying to be factually accurate.
But it's still rude.
I think lying is rude.
Well, that's fair. You could have omitted. Omission.
Oh, like if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all?
Well, it's not that it's not nice, it's that it's rude.
I think those are it's fairly safe to say those are opposites.
Not exactly.
So you can see what it's like when we're on tour. The drives get long, and this conversation will no doubt continue all through the day tomorrow. We won't make any progress, and I'll spare you the rest of it.
I know, sometimes I wish I had a bandmate like Steve Poltz.
Now,
all that energy.
I feel
why
like
can't
Steve
you
and I are kindred spirits. We both bring a sort of vibrant enthusiasm to any stage we're on. I'm working my hair, getting my hair quite that long, but I don't think I can do it.
You think the length is what's notable about his hair?
One of the things, for sure, would be the length.
Did you check out the color?
It's a magnificent color.
Beautiful silver.
I could attain that color through chemical products. But the length, I just don't think it will ever happen. So this show is not live. And they told us we could talk as long as we want, and they would edit out any of the bad parts. So now we'll start in on the good parts. We're going to play a couple more songs from our brand new album. It came out about a year ago. An album is new until you put out another one. This one came out a year ago. It means we recorded it about 18 months ago and wrote most of the songs 2 to 3 years ago, so still pretty fresh. Kenneth went through a lot to get the songs that he wrote on this album. We both contributed songs to the album. I think it's important to say that it's a very collaborative band. But Kenneth went through a lot emotionally and did some of the most personal songwriting he's ever done. One of the songs he wrote was called All the Things That I Did and All the Things That I Didn't Do, about a very difficult breakup. It ended up becoming the title of the album, as Larry said, All the Things That I Did and All the Things That I Didn't Do. I thought it was a little bit much. For a while, I campaigned to have it just be called All the Things That I Did. Felt like that was expansive, encompassed quite a few things. But he said no, Kenneth said no, it's got to be All the Things That I Did and All the Things That I Didn't Do. I pointed out that technically that is everything. But then he said, no, what about the things you're gonna do? So that's our next album. Kenneth also had a cancer diagnosis while we were writing this album. He's completely cured of his cancer, I'm happy to announce. But it was hard for a while for him. For me, everything went pretty well for me during this whole period. But for him, it was difficult. And like I say, a lot of these songs are very personal to him. And I was, for one, was grateful that due to an early agreement between the two of us, I do own half of these songs, including this next one. Okay, you want to do your cancer song now? Sorry, it's our cancer song.
I lose sleep at night like a young man who's in the fight of his young life. I have never known the way the wind would blow if everything were fine. I'm scared that when I die I'll be alone with no one sitting by my side. No, I do not think that I could be alone when I die. Lay me down in the ground, put me back into the earth, among all of my friends under a blanket of roses. A sea of flowers overhead. A field outside of Nashville pitches color to the dreariness of day. So the air hangs soft and tender, blowing round my thoughts whichever way. Where hills they rise for miles and miles I recognize the crying in the wind. I hear people come from everywhere to say goodbye, sweet like to their kin. Lay me down in the ground, put me back into the earth, among all of my friends under a blanket of roses. A sea of flowers overhead. That is right, I don't believe any more than skies above. It's just me and those I've loved under a blanket of roses. A sea of flowers overhead. When I die. there's a light that's shining now, and a calm wind in the pine, for the fate of a fearsome travesty seems to have forgotten me, seems to have forgotten me. If it hasn't learned by now where I've been so very long, I'll come safely out into the silence found in the wake of its passing on, in the wake of its passing on. A Spartan smile and westward stare, hold a promise in the air. That's the way they used to find their own way home, by the stars on their own, by the stars on their own. While I pray for a promised land to replace all I have made, darkness steals the light I bear, and the hope of a lifetime fades, the hope of a lifetime fades. Of quiet peace I found, freedom comes from being unafraid of the heartache that can plague a man, the heartache that can plague a man. A Spartan smile and westward stare, hold a promise in the air. That's the way they used to find their own way home, by the stars on their own, by the stars on their own.
What a wonderful program tonight. Thank you all for playing. As Joey said, we've been here a number of times before. And experiences like this make it so that it's not lost on us, knowing that we have the luckiest jobs on earth, actually. For the better part of a decade, we'll travel halfway around the world and find rooms quite like this that we step into, with communities that gather joyfully around music. And we think that there's nothing more special on this planet, and we know that without you sitting here, literally our job's pointless. And so thank you for being here. I hope that Larry and company will have us back many times. We'll keep coming back.
Was a dream, I had it too. You could see it come true. It would travel in the air. You could make now the sun goes one-time home of soul takes our country's final breath. I guess it takes more than a man, more than a dream, for such a fight. Graceland is a ghost town tonight. This ain't a trip with my son. There's no guitar shining in the sun. Those days are gone. May new ones come before it's all just a museum. 'Cause now the sun goes down over Dolly Parton Bridge, the one-time home of soul takes our country's final breath. I guess it takes more than a song, more than a king, for such a fight. Graceland is a ghost town tonight. Guess it's been a long decline. God bless the souls that shook up mine. Graceland is a ghost town. Graceland is a ghost town. Graceland is a ghost town tonight.
Joy Ryan, Kenneth Pattengale, the Milk Carton Kids. Yes. Brizzy from California. Joey still lives in California. Kenneth now lives in Nashville. And you heard the long title to their latest. all the things that I did and all the things that I didn't do. And take my word for it, it's a truly beautiful album. You heard them singing right there some examples of what they can do. And Joe Henry really did a beautiful job. Some more instruments on the record, but you know, you really don't need any more instruments than just their voices and their two guitars. That's about as good as it gets. Great to have them back. Great to see them again. Our thanks to the Milk Carton Kids. Our thanks to Steve Poltz, to Twisted Pine, to Griffin House, to Vera Sola for making this a show full of treats, like I said it would be at the beginning. Thanks to you guys for coming out here at our home at the Culture Center Theater in Charleston, West Virginia. And, of course, thanks to you listening there, wherever it is you're listening, on the radio. We hope that you will be with us next time, because without you, there would be no Mountain Stage. Our guests next week will be Steve Earle and the Dukes, Damian Jurado, Erica Winterstrom, Alsara and the Nubatones, and Vanessa Peters. And our guest host will be Kathy Mattea. Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Associate producers are Jeff Shirley and Vasilia Skouras. Assistant producers are Alexis Palmer and John Ingram. Production managers Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Francis Fisher, Richie Collins, Jim Raines, and Patrick Stevens, with assistance from Michael Lipton, Mary Lee, Lance Schrader, Chris Meade, Big J, and Woogie. Photographic services are provided by Brian Blauser. Promotions coordinated by Vasilia Skouras, John Ingram, and Music in Motion Promotions. Special thanks to Mountain Stage members Walter and Sean Williams for their generous support. Lodging provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. Go out and hear some live music wherever you are as soon as you can. You've been listening to Mountain Stage. Well, I've just seen a face I can't forget. Time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we met. Mm-hmm. Come on, Milk Carton Kids.
Had been another day, I might look the other way, and I've never been aware. But as it is, I dream of her tonight. Da 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 da. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again.
Michael Lipton. Anthony DaCosta. Come on, Steve Poltz.
I have never known the likes of this. I've been alone and I have missed things and kept out of sight. Well, other girls were never quite like this. La 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 la. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again.
Bob Thompson on the piano. Come on, Dan, play the mandolin. Here comes Kathleen on the fiddle. Griffin House now.
I've just seen her face, I can't forget the time, a place where we just met. She's what's the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we've met.
Come
Oh, had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd never be one as it is a dream of her tonight. Da, 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 da.
Falling, yes, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes, I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again.
Here comes Vera.
I have never known the like of this. I've been alone and I've missed things and kept out of sight. But other girls were never quite like this. Da 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 da.
Falling, yes, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes, I'm falling, and she keeps calling me back again.
Last time now.
Falling, yes, I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. All right.
Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office. This is NPR.